Welcome to the General Podcast where we speak everything original and pivotal. Once again, we're here on another episode, guys, of Upcoming Masters, of course. And guys, we almost at the end of the season, which is season episode 9. We're on episode 9. And I have a very special guest with me, guys, because I wanted to knock it out the ballpark today and bring you all something very exclusive, something very new, and something very traditional, let me say. Today we're going back to our roots. I feel like that. Because we have someone who's gonna teach us a lot about agriculture, a lot about preserving. Actually, let me put it like that. Preservation of our economy of nature. You know what I'm saying? So, guys, I got a special guest with me here tonight. The one and only Rethabile Ngwenya.
Yes.
Rethabile, how are you doing?
I'm good. I'm actually good. I'm just happy to be here though.
Alright, now we're glad to have you on the show. I'm really glad you made time for us.
Yeah.
I'm really so happy that you made time for us because honestly it was a tough decision to make. Okay, who are we bringing on the episode tonight?
Really?
I just gotta put it out there. It was a tough decision and I literally chose you because I felt like the impact, that's season 1. I wanted to spread. I want a lot of people to get insightful information from our podcast and I want people to learn and grow from it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I want people to see our mission from the start, from the get-go, season 1. So that's why I have you.
Okay.
And it's an honor to have you on the show.
Yeah, I'm happy.
So just background checking out and just tell the people where you're from, who you represent. Don't go too deep, just tell them where you're from.
Okay.
Okay.
Hi
Who you
guys.
are too, I'm sorry about that.
My name is Rethabile Ngwenya.
Yeah.
I'm the director at Riaboka Agribusiness and Project. Actually the teacher again, yeah, raising a girl boy child in farming. My kids, I call them my kids because they learn a lot from me and I learn a lot from them. So yeah, I'm from Joburg, born and raised in Joburg. Yeah.
Okay, so that's where you represent today.
Yes, Joburg.
Shout out jobs, guys. Shout out jobs. I know a couple places got jobs. I've done, I've schooled there. Obviously.
That's great.
Yeah, nice. And I've done a bit of business out there. You know, so it's nice. It's a nice place. So I acknowledge the people out there. Shout out to Medina for real. Okay, before we go into a lot of details, before you start with the agricultural thing, let's go back to primary school.
Yeah.
Let's go way back because now I find like people's life story is so important and they dedicate because they are what shows us how you got to where you are.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So can you tell us anything about you in general, what kind of person you are?
Alright, I should say that I'm one person who's very dedicated and I love people and I want to see but what in a way. Well, I was raised a hard-working woman and may her soul rest in peace. You know, one thing about my mother, she taught me that in life I have to make sure that I get everything that I want and I should work for it. So my mother, ever since Amkodisa and I schooled go my primary Itirele, yes, and I went go Swaziland go Roshinville. I had to go after Mamaka Afeta Holwala and I went to Swaziland and I stayed there, my late grandmother, you know, that's where I realized how in life you don't have to depend on anyone, but you need to stand up on your own and see, okay, what is it that you want, like what is it that you like. And I didn't want to see myself agriculture, but though I'm passionate, but nanje I've always wanted to see myself teaching young kids. So I've always wanted to be a teacher growing up. I want to be a teacher, I want to teach, more especially the primary level. So my late grandmother, the teacher, too much more and okay, my grandmother this, my grandmother that, and my aunt only thing agriculture.
Okay.
So I was raised these two powerful women, only a teacher, only somebody who studied agriculture, and I've seen how my aunt Arada the field gardening. So I was like, okay, Lina, I love it. Why man? So I've realized a lot of things for it. Okay, it's only through nature because you can ask yourself, okay, most of the young people but what's eating papa is it's from the very same meals. We plant them and of which it was from the primary to the secondary level. And to be very honest with you, how about at the same time more electrical, like you would ask yourself, okay, from electrical, okay, I graduate there for public management. What is like life here? A lot of people would ask me that, okay, please explain yourself because we don't know. Yes, we don't know exactly what is happening in your life. It goes back to where you need to know and you don't need to check find that thing that you're good at and focus on it. Because the moment you do that, you'll end up seeing what is my strategic plan for 2030. Whereas everyone would say for 2025 because I really have 2025. But you need to check we currently living in that digital platform. Everything is getting digitally and stuff. So there's a lot we put this hence okay. And my grandmother Lena I had to come back to Flagstop again. Where mama and then my grandmother and okay, I sat down and electrical. I ended up going for transformer testing and everything at the same time, and then
okay, wait, before we go on.
Yes.
I want to ask you something. That you touched on.
Yes.
I want to ask, okay, for what about it's my house?
Yes, it's my
and then you had to move to a different location.
Yes.
And then from there, you had to come all the way back.
I had to come back.
So in that stage, the switching of locations, or
yes.
the drifting away. How was that affecting your childhood and in a way? Well, or how was it affecting you as a person?
I should say that it broke me. It broke me because one thing about me is that the moment I level someone, I can too deep more.
I can tell because you said you're looking up to your grandma.
Yes,
you're looking up to your mom.
Because one thing about my late grandmother is that she was very strict. I am who I am today because of her. Like, but to me, I felt this woman is taking me somewhere. Because if ever I believe by now whatsoever at the moment, because she taught me the power of hard work. In life, you should never ever depend on because the moment you do that, you'll lose your focus because you'll be controlled again. But who is Rethabile? Who's that sweet girl? One would say, hey, meaning the inner person. So that thing broke me. She'll teach me. She'll do this. And to think, she had to go I had to come back. And but I told myself one thing, you know what, from what I've learned, I just need to refocus. Let me not let maybe the pain cut the goal, but stand up, and move forward and tell myself, you know what, I'm gonna make them proud.
Yo, that's a very touching story, né? And so sorry about your mom and your grandma. Thank you for sharing a bit on that. Wow. Okay. The transition. Now you move to back to Blackdog.
Yes.
Right, to the
Yes.
Who are you living with now? Your aunt.
Well, currently my aunt uko Randall's Park. My aunt is uko Randall's Park. No, Yana, I have Mikidula my own place currently.
I didn't know back then. So
Back then, okay. When I came back,
when you came back?
I stayed in my mother's family, which is my grandmother, and Libo Ausibanbale Kutaliting, and I had to stay this side. Ukilawana uchinja from one place to another. But Babang was ba mentally mototo end up unastupunyana or not disturbed, but I had to be that little girl. Moment, let me just adapt to Jovetina. Whereas kids are like so suddenly it's one place. Some people might take it as Mahai, but out of Mahai, the golden, golden stars. Yeah, golden stars. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so is this in high school? This whole the whole how out of
Yes, so I'm like the 12 and I came back this side. That's when he came in.
How did they sit?
No, it was hectic because imagine your friends in Rethabile and here you are, but I was like, I'm not gonna let this thing again. Indeed, a child is a blessing. Hence, I had to call my son Kirbokang.
But at that time, did you see it as a blessing?
No, not really. Because it was painful. Mana, I get ready and so what's gonna happen? And to be honest with you, I had to lose weight. I was so shattered. Life in a bit mess. I keep to figure it. 2018, 2018, 2019, it was terrible because Niki lose all my slender, Neka Kalwala, Kili depressed in a way, keep put a way forward in like living in that world. I wanted to make them proud, but look at me with the kid, and it was something else. But I was like, you know what, let me just get me but it took me 2 years.
That was a hard moment.
Literally 2 years because I felt this guy won't betray me, to be honest. Because Nereza electrical relate to and I go SANDF and then got like Hemrotech, power industry. You know, check a future, okay, go achieve a 1, 2, 3, I'll have my trade and I'll be able to do this. Like a lot of people, after that, they go into the mines. Now I was like, you know what, I'm gonna open my own institution like electrical and do my things. But here comes the little boy out of heart, Gaba depressed for 2 years already.
Damn.
What am I gonna do?
But you tell me so relationship. How many years?
Like we met at 2015.
What?
2015, 2016, and 2017 I got pregnant, 2018 I got so yo.
So how do we betray? I'm trying to understand how it.
Okay,
did you run away? Did you not stay? Did you just stop seeing you?
No, like I felt betrayed because Rethabile o batla go pusha ntwe and mwana o tla but you know khonkhole buketinyana for nna ma philo bona no sa plana gore but ka ke feel not let me just stand up and push again but ke mmitsa bokang meaning bokang yeah here I am again, hence the spice. Now the spice is bokang organic herbal spice.
It's an inheritance.
I want to leave the name. Leave the name Real Boka. That Boka part.
Okay.
Keep Bokang is there.
Nice one.
Yeah.
7 years this year.
No, 6.
Okay, 7 years next year.
Yes, next year.
6 years. Nice one. Okay, so now we're diving into you and agriculture.
Yes.
How did you start on that journey in agriculture?
Alright. I started go gardening like go gardening. I started planting spinach. I started planting chilies. But what got me?
I think you got a competition.
Yes. What got me to the space was that in time I planted the spinach. I was like, okay, I'm gonna sell it to people. But what if everyone is planting? What's gonna happen to my produce? That's where Kikena Modikakunza, an entrepreneur. Oh, you know what? As an entrepreneur, I need to look around, do my feasibility study, know if this thing doesn't work, I'm gonna take it this way. I started planting and everyone thought it's a joke. More gardening, like such a small space. And some of my family members never believed that I would reach whatever that I wanted to reach. Every other thing I thought, okay, the spinach and the chilies, the serino cheese, I'm planning the serino cheese, my Rethabile hot chili sauce. And I took it and I bought the blender. That's where I saw, okay, Rethabile really wants to do this. I bought the blender, I bought the sealer, I bought the scaler, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna be professional with the little that I have. Because one thing about our black people is that they believe in funding first, forgetting that you need to start small. You need to know what got you there. You need to know and you need to invest in everything that you do. Because some other people have this mentality that, you know what, in life, in order for people to take you serious, you need to come at the bigger things and you need to appear at the GTI, you need to do this. But forgetting that we all start somewhere. In order for you to tell a story, you should be able to say that this is what I bought, this is where I've started. So that's where I started planting the chili stone. I bought the blender, I bought the sealer, I bought everything, and I started knocking. On those, I started going to the Department of Agriculture. I remember meeting Mulimisi and saying, you know what, I'm planting the chili skutum and I made my own chili sauce. And Mulimisi came to my place and checked, and Onali so impressed. Wow, you never got discouraged and what's going to happen? What if you make 10 bottles and then out of 10 bottles, so what's going to happen? But because I always had the vision and mission about me becoming the successful farmer, that's where I saw, you know what, I'm going to invest in this and I'm going to make sure that I push. And Kabakupa with the Department of Agriculture, you know what, I really need this vegetable agro-processing, and the department okay, whenever there's a training, we'll take you through that training. And I went through that training, vegetable agro-processing, and one thing that I liked about Rethabile was that we need to believe in every product and we need to make sure for a follow and what kind of container we should use and such things. And I went through the training, I got the certificate, vegetable agro-processing on a core institution, the Department of Agriculture. And after that, I never took it light. I made sure the sauces I walk around, I sell my sauce. Remember that as a person, you are your own brand. So I was representing whatever that I'm holding, not checking, okay, Kausani Mang will be saying that I'm holding my own things going around. Remember that you need to push from Tory Batla. So walking around the street, I didn't even care because I roll out forgetting so was running.
And I feel like in a way, some people don't understand that alone in itself is a form of you investing in yourself. Because if you truly didn't believe in your dream, you truly didn't believe in your vision and your mission, I don't think you would even have that propulsion and you push on it. Wake up in the morning, do the sauce, walk, go outside and find your clientele, knock on door to door, and find your clients. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it needs to be something that comes from within. So in a way, it's an investment in yourself, because I feel like not even a lot of people are aware of what you just said right now. Okay, that's basically a blueprint of how to build your own brand, start from the bottom, build your own brand, and become successful independently, and call yourself an entrepreneur. At the end of the day, and say you've made it from the bottom all the way to the top.
Yes.
Wow, I love how you're breaking down the whole story. Let's go back a little bit to the programs now.
Yes.
So how long did it actually take you to kill that program and get your certificates, your trade certificates, go agriculture?
All right. You know, if there's one thing, it took me, remember, I registered with the company in 2021, ne? And that's when I started knocking. And then, was it, 2023, that's when I took the certificate of vegetable agro processing. And that certificate, it opened doors for me in such a way that I managed to know, okay, fine. Really, I was using the container plastic and I should use the 1 year glass. Just to preserve, yes. And other people, by putting a okay, what is happening? And king is it lasted. Sibag. So such things, whenever you go through the training, because our people, they don't believe in the training, see. Whereas the training, they take you through that journey. Because to preserve on its own, one would ask, okay, what are things that are being used to preserve? And I would break the secret. Vinegar.
I didn't know that.
Who would have thought for a vinegar to preserve?
In what way do you like use it? Wait, tell them more. How do you use it? How do you preserve
the
it?
moment you cook cheese, remember babang, they love it really dry, and babang, it all depends what cheese we eat. And then babang khona le chili paste, khona le chili sauce.
Okay.
But how do I pele chili se ga go tshela vinegar? Vinegar ele ke yona the preserver, and e good ga ena ditwats tse dingata mo mothong. So hence, I usually say that the training, if I didn't go the training, I would ask myself for it. Mom, I already get so but it's so. And one thing that I liked about the department again, and then through the training food safety with SABS. Well, that's where I tend to know, okay, product twanzi elastic for nakweka, and whenever we get a product I want to eat the lash kids. I get a product the less twenty little twenty mob cap, the clothes, weave kinty and kiss the makeup, because every little drop it's a problem more product leading to twenty PPE, it's very important. So in each and everything, I'll go and knock for this thing, create this thing, and make sure.
Okay. So I saw you on Crypto Breakfast.
Yes.
And shout out to that. You're really doing big moves.
Thank you.
Big moves out here. Now personally, I'm very proud to see an envisioned black girl like you doing her thing. I feel so proud, and thank you very much for just pushing and doing your thing. How did you lock the deal? I mean, teach us about how you close these deals. It's curious about how you close these deals.
Well, one thing about me is that I don't sleep. Right. I work.
All right.
And that's what I usually tell my mentees, that you don't have to sleep, you need to work.
Yeah.
So every day there's a diary. Fine. Maybe for Kausan Friday. What is it that I should do for Kausan?
Keep objectivity.
Kausan, I should prepare maybe for 20 meaning clear, I need to take whenever it's level feet. Proposal, the most important thing. Normalize seeing normalize writing the proposal. Fine. where do I see myself? Okay, now I've always looked up to Mema Salvation. She's an agro-processor. Wako Africana, there's a farm here, Africana. That woman inspired me because that got me to that feeling it is possible for a black child to make it.
Yeah.
So hence I usually say that write that proposal. Even if people don't believe in you, believe in yourself first. Who are you? You are your own brand. So now I usually write the proposal and submit. Submit. And then now I submit. I remember going Monati fast food overland. Go with my sauce and say, I have this. They're like, how can I not taste it? You know that guy was like, I love the way you push. You would have said, no, let me just wait and I'll get that. I was like, no, taste it. And that time I didn't have that 1 hectare that I have right now. I was planting thing, but I was like, I'm gonna go there, I'm gonna knock. That's when Lindsay reflects of record. They Bakwala Kadaston, wow. There's this other young girl, busy. I remember the article at OFM. I was so shocked. Okay, OFM would call me. Really go free state. There's a guy who saw you. Only busy push the roll. I want this. I want people to, because when you are your own brand, you need to make sure that people recognize you. Yeah. They see the work that you do.
They gotta see. You gotta see. Now, guys, I just want us to give. I want us to give Rethabile a round of applause for what she achieved, guys. For Lamo Studio. Just a round of applause for this. Just this one for this one, guys. I really do deserve it. It's crazy. It's crazy. Mind blowing. I feel like, guys, you guys are really liking this this conversation, this episode. This is the reason why I wanted to bring a person like Rethabile on the show, because of the insight. Like, look at this insightful information you already got in just a few minutes. All right, so damn. Moving on. What are you envisioning right now? Or wait. Let me not even go there before I ask about your kids. How did you start because Kauka, you were talking about you being inspired by your mom to be a teacher. Your grandmother, I'm sorry. Your grandmother. And you looked up to her because only to go to and stuff. And then now you still brought that energy, you took the same energy, transformed it and just with your mom to money culture.
Yes. Well, I have a campaign under your Boka Agribusiness Project. I have a campaign it's on raising a girl boy child in farming. And out of that campaign, as I'm just gonna go there and teach them. But it's something, remember, now I have the assessor certificate and I have the moderator certificate.
And what are those for the people who don't understand?
Alright. The assessor, when you assess, you can also facilitate.
Okay.
I want to the certificate here, the assessor certificate. It's under ETDP CETA, that educational CETA, whereby I'll be able to teach these young, I'm accredited for that, to teach them, okay, I wanna bacon, it's a kukulubeng. Whenever we fry in the morning, these young kids need to know, okay, fine, before they go eat, it's a kukulubeng, it's not like kolobe ileswe. Remember, it's cool, hence fats. It's something that people meaning when you are a farmer, often we spray for it to be cool. So whenever it's a cool, and then one would say, it cool at all time.
Yeah, and so, I feel like what you're saying it makes a lot of sense.
Yes. So you know that Jamie, since I didn't manage the teacher that I've always wanted to be. Let me just follow my passion in agriculture, at the same time my passion in teaching. So I'm an entrepreneur, follow this thing, raising a girl boy child in family. And I started this thing. There's a center, Extension 25, I went there, I taught those kids who is the blankies more more train, more seedling train. Because remember those kids were always going to Sente Hoja, but what about how I can go room? So I spoke to the manager, the guy was sent, you know what? How about I come and teach these kids how the blankies say so that have a fedza go itira di blankets tse ba tse di blankets tse ba jale go di backyard tsa bona ba ne le di cabbage tse ba ne le di so that you can have different people mo senteng ba sa dependela fela mo senteng. Remember when you are in the agricultural space tshwanetse shebe part ya food security. So how should be a part ya food security? You don't always say okay ke PTY ke le reta. I always have to charge people, but I need to give back to the community. Hence, I went to Extension 25, put here a little sentence, say, you know what, I'm going to come and teach these young kids plant. And I taught them. And I would call Lebaba and okay, come and see what is it that I do. Because planting, remember, I say always for ojale mumu. The medium growth soil. Ojale mo di dairy kana ke ojale mo di botono. What I want to introduce is recycling in agriculture, whereby we're going to, it's still coming, but I'm going to talk about it, whereby people are going to take the bottles to the recycling one. It's not always social they can
work for better.
Yes,
okay.
So they can just take by the care and then be art, by the care nice and you know, the spinach, the holelemo, Abafeta by it, okay, by the belly woody carry, remember that structure, and by the BMO, and buy it into a nice, or if they don't have the land. Because currently the land it has become the issue. We don't have the land, but we want to plant. But I'm going back to those farmers and say, why listen me, you know, innovative. We can still use what we have.
That's being very, very innovative.
Yes, right, because at the end of the day, hence the hydroponic side, whereby you only take water, really seeds, and then you plant. No soil, but you plant.
Water and seeds, fair.
And then you plant.
Wow.
What's about the nitrogen and then you plant.
Crazy.
And what's the PVC? Say the one and the reserve for the pipes and everything. Would say the very same things. Would you go banter? Would you mole? Would you some the PVC and then would tell the nitrogen and everything. Made a flow at the same time into the sprout, the whole or how we are.
Wow. What a blissful way of giving birth. What a blissful way.
Yeah.
Now, I just feel like after this you should be they should be giving you your own land and stuff and just giving you your own school, the agriculture, so that you just do you. Because what you're doing is very positive for Chavasawa and not even as a nation, South Africa, as a globe, as the whole world. Because like if there were more people like you, like as we speak right now, I'm sure like or if all of us knew your ways of planting, or you know, if all of us had the same information you just told us right now, maybe at better positions, you know, in life, because we wouldn't be thinking about stressing about food so much. Maybe you know, focus on other things in life, you know, and your hustle and there. So what you're doing is very, very, very positive, and if you like, I feel like, man, you're gonna reach a certain level when the government really acknowledges what you're doing, and they're gonna put you in the forefront of all of this. Because you really deserve it.
Thank you so much. And to add on that, I love the fact that you know you can read between the lines. Because already you've mentioned ekare bakampa school, of which is part of my 30-year plan or maybe 10-year plan.
Right.
I'm planning to have an agri-tech institution. And one would ask why the agri-tech? Digital, yes. And already SIDA and the Department of Technology and Communication says it's already for the training, digital marketing. So I have the certificates with me, and people who connect the fella the certificates wearing. Whenever I go to my agri-tech institution, I know because at the end of the day, you need to check. The reason why I wanna work, or I love working. See mwana hali more into art. Umone ataya botolo in my mates. Ate ditoko. Ate nse sikhumelo sele akinimo. Uchule So I love working with kids because already bayitse hore okay le ga ba tshwara mmu ba rata mmu and le go itshutla ba ka itshutla ka ona but motho ka yo ka fail but ngwana already wa motse ke mo fa dintho tsa okay tsa kharafu e nyane ele o ha bona dibuku the excitement dibuku tseo but dibuku tseo ka ba ruta no you don't keep ona dibuku tseo sa di bolai tse le gore di good for mmu. So already I'll be teaching them for whenever you see the so, and whenever you wake up in the morning, you don't just go and you go, you drink glass of water, and then you talk to them. Hence, you will always find lilom. How about lilom is it is because of the energy. The energy is sharp, then you would notice, okay, that's why you lonely, but the moment you start to want to blossom later, then you know the energy is sharp. And one thing I always advise my kids, I call them my kids, but more than 20, and I call them my kids, I usually tell them that you need to speak life, even the seed. Okay. Hence, I usually tell them, they didn't know that I was a seed. That thing, Jay, I'm gonna grow. Hence, I tell them, they didn't know that I was a seed.
Wow. Because I can see the maturity already giving you investing in them.
Yes.
The same thing that you're putting in here, put it in yourself, and you grow.
Hence, baby, I get the moment you bet yourself here, you say, I'm gonna make it, I'm gonna achieve this. So every time I'm again, they didn't what? They didn't know that I was a seed. Already, what they're planting, they shall harvest. So even you have a planter, they talk to this seed. You take a seed and you speak life and say, you know what, the universe, I'm one person, I'm working along with the universe. And say, you know what, I'm planting this and hoping to harvest. Because some other people, you should have that connection. Even with animals, you should have connection. I want to live at home whenever I can or I can go farming. Already they know. You would go through my TikTok and you will see. Already they know. Already is coming and one would say,
you gave each of them like a name.
yes, even like whenever we take pictures, I would take Lerato and smile, you know, always when it comes to the nature, because how can I feel more agriculture? You should always know agriculture high will know. I tell people that agriculture is not easy. Agriculture is for the faint heart. You should have that broadness in Jehore, even if in Gazoha, Molis again, hence, only very important to have a record keeping book. You should have that manual, everything working. this month ke vaccinate ka eng senene ke nisa produce orange produce e o ke ga ina le dimphe mo gare na le bodi o makala ntwe e lwala e bona ka maminanyana even the walk is sharp. Then you should know, okay, I should inject it, ke nise le produce orange kapa produce red. And ke bona okay, it's a mahayang because it's one le motho ngwana ha o mlese dilo tsa sukiri o mlese dilo tsa sukiri o mona na le gala a tsata tsa mastala ga se tama tla sa misha it's one fela le motho.
Okay. Your babies.
Yes.
Yo, so okay, I heard you mention NYDA and SEDA and some of the associations. For the people who don't know the associations, because I want to give just a shout out or something. I don't know, because you're mentioning them, right? So, for the people who don't understand,
yes,
what SEDA and NYDA, those associations.
I would start Kasida because one thing Kasida is that they would take you through the trainings and they would help you get the business plan. They would help you get the marketing equipment whenever you need body banner, body tablecloth, and whenever you need body business cards. That's way back in the day. That's SEDA for you. They help your business to be more professional. And then whenever it comes to NYDA would take you through the trainings of business management, preparing you for the back of fund. And one thing that NYDA, don't just go and say, give us like a funding, but I usually advise people, NYDA has seen funding as yet, but I'm in a process of already the document is like a shapo. I have my business plan with me. I have all the documents that I need. I have my record keeping. Okay, like if it's a this thing because our people and our pass are recording each and everything. Even if bank statement there's this cash when people come and buy cash mowing. Such money you record. Whenever you say such cash, we say maybe okay, let me buy molassa, the feed. Let me buy the molassa for my goat, or maybe let me buy the pellets. You need to record each and everything. Okay, get your quote and I bought feed so you write it down so that whenever you go NYDA and say, please fund me 50,000. They don't give you cash to NYDA, but they buy whatever that you need for your business.
Or what that amount?
Yes. Konalia 10,000, Konalia 50,000, Konalia 100,000. It depends on the thresholds. But you just need to go there and knock and ask, okay, I have this certain business and this business it took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So whenever it took 1, 2, how can you advise me? Because see that they would give you a business advisor. They also gave me the business advisor. I'm like, okay, whenever I struggle because some other things I would go business advisor. I'm struggling whenever it comes to income statement and balance sheet. Okay, a business advisor, okay, let me put you more listing financial management training. I went through that. Already how to financial management training, you know, hence I spoke about record keeping, the cash receipt book, because whenever you have that, why it's okay, but give us a chance 5. If ever swiping and then the receipt, that part is you'll be able to say, okay, for this month I used this book for why it's okay. That's when the cash flow.
So do you do that by your own, or do you have an accountant who deals with that type of thing, or you on that field too?
On that field, I want to be very honest, since well alien narrative can take it like I'm doing that.
So everything you're just doing it on your own right now?
Everything at the moment, it's just that. But what I am about to sell the chili sauce, can I need the reseller?
Okay.
About 3, whereby they go, the sauce, and then when they come back, they know, okay, most of the had a table 80 rand. And people would say, why would be that sauce 80 rand? Gary, first of all, I did my feasibility very well. And in most sourcing A, I have the herbs. Most sourcing A, I have this, I have that, and I need to pay people because they want to stoop low. Let me call chili sauce at 20 rand and I'm going to grow. If ever I would have said chili sauce at 20 rand, by now I'm by now I'm But for the fact that I knew price 80 rand, the equipment, the speakers, the design, because I have to pay Canva, the stickers thing. I need to pay. So you need to know, okay, how did you break down that price for you to reach it? Henceforth, you need to know your target market. Even if people around you don't support you, but there'll always be those people who will come and support you. Hence, you need to know your target market.
And I feel like it did it break? Yeah. So no space gotta. Okay, that's cool. Let's just finish it up quickly. I feel like if you know what you just broke down right now, man, it's important because I feel like we're at an age where most of us, we fear when it comes to our businesses on how to put prices. I was on this other group, man, on Facebook. So usually when people are starting a new business, they launch it there, and then they basically look for reviews, what people are going to say about their businesses. And most people have a poster. They don't post about their business. They're posting about the products they sell and asking people, like, guys, how should you get sell this product? Because in my head, people are complaining, saying I'm charging a high price, and you know what I'm saying. And then now looking at it, I'm like, the same people who are complaining about these prices are the same people who don't even understand how we got to this price. So are they doing their research, or you know what I'm saying? So I'm saying, I felt like this is an age where young entrepreneurs should just be unapologetic about how they move, and even when it comes to putting prices on tags, you know what I'm saying? If people don't believe in you and your craft and your investments and all of that, I feel like, but how about complain because they will never understand what you put in, you know what I'm saying, and the hard work that you're putting in. So it's like at the same time, a person is just saying, no, I can do it myself. It's really if you can do it yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Allow someone to criticize and take that criticism, whether it's like good, whether it's like bad, but take it as it is. And I usually give the exhibition in a way, okay, how do you feel about my products and everything. But what I don't do, even if Ngateria maybe they look really bad, those bad things and check, okay. But I'm to own now. So you need to check, you need to be emotionally strong, mentally strong, and go for something that you like. I would make an example. If ever somebody something, go Woolworths, I'm sorry to mention but they would just go there and buy and go. But why, when it comes to entrepreneurs, more especially small businesses, people will always say, I won't pay it rent. Like that mentality, people have to change it.
Yeah, I think it's just a flag.
Yes.
It's a flag, and it just comes with the whole mentality of trying to like how do I even put it? You're just disregarding someone's ability to do something that you can do, or instead of just finding a way of asking, how do you do it? Wow, so far I've had a very, very good conversation with you. I'm just going to ask you about, before we close the show, I just want to ask you a little bit about other things. Let me just ask you about what is the next big thing right now? Because I know as an entrepreneur, we're always thinking about another big move, another, at this point, the direction we're playing, or anything new that you're looking to start, or.
All right. At the moment, I 14 December, I have the kids from experience, and the aim is to teach them Jake about whatever farming, some other kids, but more raising their child, and then after that part, now I'm taking the kids to agri-tech.
Okay.
One would ask, but how are you going to do it? Like,
I was about to ask you that.
how are you literally going to do it? Because these young kids know nothing when it comes to Darayanto, forgetting that in agri-technology, only different aspects or get different things that are being done today. First of all, you need to check for it. Instead of me going to their places or gathering or finding a space for me to come and teach them, but I'm gonna go online with their parents, but telephone, and give them a webinar and say, today my kids will be talking about 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm changing their mindset. I'll just watch the cartoons and the story. But now I have to be on that space. I'm in a meeting and I need to do this. Imagine one at her phone, Mama, how meets you on the stand. Hi, Botelo, how are you? I'm okay. And how's your plant today? No, teacher, I managed to plant and here's my plant. Meaning I've saved the cost that I'm having to go.
I was checking on each kid.
And I'm planning on the agri-tech part. I'm on the app currently. You just take the app and take a picture, that leaf, and then okay? You can spray it country for it to locate. So I'm taking these kids there, hence the agri-tech part.
Okay, so you're trying to infuse technology, AI, with agriculture basically, and teach them. So this is big news. At the same time, but they're gonna learn about because there are a lot of unprivileged kids. Let me say who are underprivileged, but now the computer, the laptop, the tablets, the phone, maybe they have access. Maybe they have access to it. In a way, you're teaching them also how to be, already digitally.
And as an entrepreneur, I've realized that today, maybe the painting and there's someone who did that. But if you were born for something, you will always come up with Tilodili. Because I've realized currently there are people who have stepped in. Now we want to teach kids 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but they don't know my plan. They don't know my goal. These kids. Hence, they'll also try to do that, but they wouldn't know how. Hence, as an entrepreneur, even if somebody at the very same business we are unique young and pay ye only in so hence what's coming? It's huge. I don't wanna lie.
Guys, you heard it yourselves. Yeah. You heard it yourselves. Guys, today we're just gonna close it here. We had a very, very beautiful time, very, very insightful conversation here, guys. I want all of you guys to comment down on that section below. You guys know. I want you guys to tell me what you've learned today, because I need some feedback, guys. I need some feedback. I want you guys to tell me how you felt about this episode, and if Rethabile should come back and break this down some more, because you guys got some free information, very insightful information. Hey. Guys, get Rethabile Ngwenya on the General Podcast, of course. And Rethabile, once again, we are so happy, so glad that you came and made time for us, and for the information that you just shared with us. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Guys, for the Gen Pod, Rethabile, blessed we are.
Thank you.